Welcome to Fishing Squad. Well, we're doing something a bit different tonight. Going out targeting some bass. Now, there ain't many bass on my channel. I think there's two at best. So, we're going to go onto a local beach and have a go. So, I'm going to get the old Grazer Iron out, my new rod. Tip light. I'm going to have minimal lighting tonight. I'm going to take my clue light, but I ain't going to be. No, it's not going to be getting used much. I've got a cheap Energizer one that takes AAA batteries, so I might just use that on the beach. Maybe have the clue light at hand for walking off later on when it's dark. We will see. We don't want to get too much light on the water. So I'll talk you through the gear we're using, bit of bait prep, and then we'll hopefully get on the beach and get a session in. So yeah, I'll show you my rigs and stuff now. Right, so we need to be quite mobile tonight. So we're going to take one rod and a rod rest, and that'll be the only equipment that we're using as far as fishing wise, I suppose you'd call it, wouldn't you? Just one rod. But the rigs we're using, I've made my own earth bars. Like that. So that's onto £50 fluoro. Quite strong fluoro, it's all I've got to hand. But as far as I'm led to believe, fluoro's quite good to be used as bass snoods. I've been out pumping. I've been out digging some fresh blow lug. I'll show you them now in this little clip that I put in. Yeah, we got them. We dug them. Got enough there for bait, and we've got some frozen as well that I've just said. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make some wraps with fresh blow lug and frozen black, like little sausages. I can just bang straight onto that. I've got 3.0 Tronics Parabidine on the bottom to a 5.0 Kiki circle on the back. So hopefully that'll nail them. Don't catch many bass on my channel, as I said. Don't target bass very often. When I have done, we've failed. But there's a but. Got a chance tonight, so we'll go down onto a beach. Hopefully there'll not be any weed, and we'll get to it. Otherwise we'll have to move on to another beach. But we've got options. Feeling confident. Looking forward to using the Grazer rod again. I'm really liking that rod. I don't know if to pair it with a little multiplier, a Temu special, or take a fixed spool. Decisions. I don't know what this will cast like. I might take that actually. Just going with that, innit? We'll see. I'll decide in a minute. I might put it on a rod and just have a cast with this, see what it casts like. It's got braid straight through. All my fixed spools have got mono leaders on. I don't really want to disturb them, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we might just take that, Yeah, I think we will. Yeah, we will do. So that's my fresh worm. I'm going to whip it on with some frozen black. Make some wraps before I go. So I've cut the pack of wrap. I've got 2 packs of frozen, but I'm only going to take one. So I'm going to use a stick of frozen. It'll thaw out by the time I do it a bit, and whip it up with some fresh, just to make it last a bit longer. Because these blow lugs aren't so big, so just trying to make them go a bit further and get that fresh. Make your fresh go a bit further by putting a bit of frozen on it. I'm sure it'll work. So I'm going to get my baiting needle. I lost it then actually. This will save a bit of time on the beach. This, so we're gonna. We've got a bit of a wind blowing. I think it'll be cutting across for the beach from the left-hand side. That's why we're only fishing with one rod as well. So I mean, you don't need. I'll just give you a quick demo of what my plan is. I'm just going to put that's frozen, that's fresh. I'm going to match it up. Sorry, fine bait elastic. I really don't want to be doing this when it's windy, full of sand, and what have you. So we're doing it now. What we're going to do is, it's very important, this next step really. I get a tub. We're going to do it over the tub. So you get the idea. So if any juice, basically do it over the tub. So if any juice does drop out like it just did then, it's not going to waste, is it? They're going to marinate in it a bit as well. I don't think this step's necessarily the most important or anything like that, but it'll help, won't it, a bit? So that's it, a lovely bait, that. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to fill the tub with them, and I'll come back on in a minute. Right, so I've done a few wraps. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Still got a load of fresh in there, so we'll take that down as well and do some full fresh wraps. But we'll see how that goes first. We'll probably use full fresh when it gets dark. So we'll see how we go anyway. I've spun it out. I've got loads of bait now. Get on. See you at the beach. And I've also decided we're going to set the fixed spool and use that. I've put the multiplier in, but I'm not confident with it, so I'm going to take it out. Actually, we're travelling light, as you can see. It's got a bucket with all the bits in that we need for tonight. Leave that. I'll take that out because I need to have some practice with it. I don't want to try and get the sweet spot with it. Waste time basically trying to cast that when we can be fishing straight away productively. Right, we're down. I always get a bit unnerved when people are fishing the mark that I fish, when you come down. I mean, I've just been having a chat to a couple of the people that are down here. I don't know why, I always find it really unnerving. But, yeah, it seems sound enough. I just had a chat with one of them to speak to me. Just walk along the beach, so yeah. It's another thing about fishing solo sometimes, that. Well, everyone's here for the same reason, aren't they, to catch fish, I'm guessing. So we're just going to whip a worm bait on the earth bar rig. I mean, we're still a little bit early. We've got down in plenty of time, to be honest. I'll show you with the surf. Just going to gently whip this on. I want my baits to be pristine, I don't want them worms getting nicked too much with the elastic as I'm baiting up. So I'm just giving a really light elasticated up. I want it to be lovely, absolutely lovely and juicy. So I've just put that on the 3.0 Aberdeen. I'm going to slide my 5.0 circle, and I'm actually going to lock it in, because if you lock it in, it stops the lugworm sliding about. So just wrap it round line 2 or 3 times. Like that then. So that's the earth bar rig. Homemade earth bar out of grip lead wire. Grip lead. Bit of silicon tubing on the snoot to keep it top from tangling, and we're away. So we'll see how we get on. I'll show you the surf. It's got a lovely rolling surf on. So I'm going to get this cast out, see if we can catch something. That is beautiful. We may get washed off, but I've got waders on, so we should be alright. It's an update. I'm using the absolute bare minimum of lighting. You can only just see me on there. I've got 2 seconds of head touch. I'm using the dim one, so keep the light off the water. I know this bit of video is irrelevant, really, but I'm just trying to emphasise what I'm doing. We're trying to use finesse baits. I've put some extra fresh now on the baiting needle with what I've wrapped up already. I'm trying to put nice, neat, biggish baits, I suppose, big size of a big blow lug out. So I'm just going to fire this out. I'm just baiting up at the minute. I'm going to fire it out, and then we'll be back on, hopefully there'll be a fish soon. I'm going to intermittently change between that earth bar rig and a tug flapper as soon as it's got between them rods. I've only got single hooks on this snoot, but the 3.0, they're quite big, so they should hook up. I'm going to put a clip on my main line so I can swap them off quickly. So nothing's happened. I haven't had any bites or anything. I don't think we're going to get washed off, which is good, so should be alright, I reckon. Rod's there. Looking good. It's been a slow one so far. I've got a tug flapper on at the minute, but it's really been difficult. So hopefully things will pick up as it starts ebbing out. We're at the top of the tide. I've actually been in the sea. I've had my lights off for most of the session, so other than baiting up and stuff. So let's see if it's not making any difference, should I say? Right then, guys. Target species. You can tell I don't catch many of them, can't you? Billy bass. Had my rod in my hand, it gave me a lovely bite. They don't feel very like they've got much food in them. They feel quite slender, this one. But we'll get him up to have a photo and put him back. Nice one. I didn't actually realise it was still recording the camera here. I'm glad it was, because You can see my hook here, and the hooks come out of it, lovely. The two hooks were 2J hooks on this rig, and they sort of positioned themselves back to back like a treble hook. Right guys, well, I'm quite happy with that. I don't know if we'll get another one, but that's the one bait up, the first bait up we've had when we've been on here tonight, where I hadn't had any weed or anything like that. You know, the reeling before we didn't have any weed, it'd gone the weed. And I did the baits on the two, I've now got a two flapper rig on Pennell style. I did both baits, and I had the rod in my hand. You just give a bit of a, you know, feel it on rod tape and struck. Both hooks just lightly in the, like in the, like almost separated, like trebles. But I'm happy with that. That I don't catch a lot of bass, you know I don't. That to me is like going back up and having a beer to toast that. You know, that's what it means to me. Come out with a target in mind, mainly for the comp, but I wanted to test myself on this beach in darkness. I've smashed it, to be honest with you. It's absolutely pitch black. Probably one of the darkest beaches on the Lynn. So yeah. Right, so I'm back up now. Just having a beer. Happy with that. Bit of effort, as you could see. Hope I haven't bored you with the bait prep. Didn't get much footage really, but showed a bit of prep. And actually managed to catch a bass, so I'm well happy with that. Needed it for the comp I'm in with Tommy Joe's comp, and hopefully now I'll be back out again tomorrow for the next session. Next target's a bus for this month. I haven't had a bus yet this month. So I think I've had one drop off or anything. No, I haven't. So I think Wayne should be down tomorrow night. We'll have a good session, good go at it. Got more favourable conditions. It was bloody horrible today for most of the afternoon, but I didn't get any rain while I was fishing, which was nice. It peed it down all afternoon, and it stopped, so I went fishing. So I hope you can see a little bit of effort with the worm, and if you want to enhance your frozen bait, frozen worm, you can do it with fresh. That's what I caught the bass on. I'm happy. So what I do is I like to pick people's brains a bit, get a load of information about rigs and stuff, and I like to put my own twist on things. I did that today. I'm quite happy with that. So you know, you want to make when you catch fish, you want to put your identity on it if you're fishing for yourself, don't you? So yeah, I've learnt loads today on that beach, even though I've fished it loads of times. Sort of learning a new way to approach it. I think. I don't think one fish is quite enough to rubber stamp that yet. So there's a challenge there, and we'll keep at it. And yeah, onwards and upwards. So see you on the next one. I hope I haven't bored you to death. Don't forget to bang the subscribe if you don't mind. If you've got any tips for me or anything that you think I can improve on, or any questions or anything about anything, you know, just drop a comment. If you want to meet up for a session or out anywhere, drop a comment. Um, yeah. All right. So other than that, keep safe, tight lines. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.